Great rising, everyone. How are you all? We're going to give it time for some people to come in. Happy full moon in Aquarius. We're going to do the collective reading, all signs. Today, I'm so excited. It's going to be such a beautiful day. It is such a beautiful day, such a good day. It's the first of the month as well. And so, we're going to be bringing in that good health, good wealth, good fortune into our lives. Hello, greetings. Give me just a moment here. I'm also having some coffee because homegirl needs it today. That is a dark roast. I drink my coffee black, no sugar. And that one, I believe that's a Cuban coffee. Today I was going to get some Colombian coffee or some Bustelo, but the Cuban coffee is what called to me today. So I was like, all right, bet. All right, so for those that's just coming in, make sure you have your notepad for any notes. If you want to come back to this, the replay is going to be on YouTube. And it's one of those days where I'm also gonna, there's some fire. There's some fire. I'm gonna light a black amount in honor of my spirits. Oh, wow, that's interesting. This is what I'm gonna do. I did vent it. What's this, jazz? We could do some jazz. Put where you are tuning in from and your zodiac sign. I'm more than likely going to start with Leo because we are in Leo season. We are also in the Lionsgate portal. It'll be at its peak at 8/8. All right. I have not smoking some tobacco in a while. I don't always smoke tobacco. Sometimes when they're asking me for tobacco, I'll burn a charcoal disc. For those of you that don't know what that looks like, it looks like this. And so I will burn that, and then I will put the tobacco on top of that in honor of them. But I'm all good with smoking it today. Oh, yes, I do follow her. Yes, it's funny. So it's funny that you bring her up. I probably have to reach out to her. She's been on my mind today. Yeah. Wayne, believer in higher power. I think that's probably where you may have seen me. I'm not sure if you've seen her through me or if you've seen me through her. Because we have been on each other's lives in the past. Yeah, she definitely, talks about, we both work with Hape, and Hape is a sacred grounded tobacco. So it's really important for people to kind of, get a better understanding of the medicines. They have their spirit as well, just like we have our own spirits. I'm just going to be clearing and shuffling the decks right now, right? Calling in the spirit of the Most High, most divine and benevolence and truth and righteous and perfect love and perfect trust. As always, it is with me. Calling in. I'm going to be working with 2 decks, by the way, just because that's what, 2 tarot decks. I am going to pull from an oracle decks as well, but I'm going to be pulling from 2 tarot decks because these 2 spoke really clear to me in regards to wanting to be worked with today. So I was like, all right, cool, all good. But yes, these spirits, the plants in itself, they have their own spirits, they have their own characteristics. And when you're working with, sacred medicine, they get to tell you like their names and their energies. Hi, sis. So yes, Ashun Garden Portal, she is a beautiful sister. Everyone works differently. She's stationed in DR, if I'm not mistaken. But, we all have our own way of connecting with these spirits, with these medicines. And so, yeah, I do already follow her. So thank you. And, yeah, let's get into it. We are going to... I wanted to put some music on, but my other phone is dead, so where I would put that at, and so is my devices are like, they need to be charged up, which is so funny because Aquarius is technology and electricity. So a way that you can cleanse your decks also is with your own breath. You don't have to have the tobacco with you, but because I'm working with tobacco, just wanted to make sure I'm clearing that energy. And yeah, so just shuffling this second deck. Like I said, I'm probably going to start with Leo and work the way through. But before I get into that, so the way that I do this is I do a general collective for each elementals, and through the elementals is how I would get into each sign. So for example, I would be doing fire first, right? So we're gonna do fire. So there's gonna be Leo, Aries, and Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, right? Then I'll go into the next collective, and I'm probably gonna do air, because Aquarius is air, and that's where the full moon is at. I'll do that. And then I had half medicinal cannabis cookie, has low THC. Everybody in the fucking edibles today. Listen, I do cuss. My throat chakra on fleek. I did speak about throat chakra earlier in the week, and how a way of purifying the throat chakra is, not smoking or not drinking or doing certain things. However, I am going to honor, I know where my throat chakra is at, and it can be overactive sometimes. And so it's okay if I put a little in there. I also would recommend, if you are someone who is trying to clear maybe your lungs or your throat chakra, you can work with mullein to clear out, like, any mucus and tar from your, hello sis, from your lungs, and just kind of clear out that throat chakra. And if you want to know more, you can just check out that video as well. So we're going to get into it. The Most High, listen, the Most High knew what was up with bringing coffee in the world, man. My mom loves coffee. She can't go a day without coffee. I had to learn to, like, chill out with coffee, Cause I get fucking hyper. Oh, and look, yes, there's a bracelet. All right, I'm ranting. Let's get into it. Okay. The air is my breath. So some crystals, for some of you who are thinking of crystals, for some of you, I'm getting like strong green. Also, this could be possibly for heart chakra. This could just be to get deeper into certain, maybe you're doing some deep shadow work and you're needing to bring like love into that space with your shadow work. So I'm getting some serpentine, and I'm getting, I know, yes, King Clairvoyant loves coffee. Like, she does her coffee every fucking day. And you know, it's so funny because I had to have my coffee and my cigarette every fucking day. And so the fact that I'm having like, you know, the black amount and a coffee, all these retrogrades, right? Bring it back just a little bit. Bring it back. Not to say I'm gonna be doing this every day, but it is definitely something that has been in my spirit. And working with it consciously in a way of like, you know, fire is such a purifier, right? And so is the smoke, the air. So when you're working with the elements, like this is literally all elements in here, you know? So going back to the crystals, yes, I digress. Kambaba jasper is a jasper. It does work with the like lower chakras, but it also works with the heart chakra. Very shamanic, I would say. That's a deep shamanic stone. Really helps induce revelations and spiritual travels and whatnot as well, I would say. Dang it. And serpentine, I'm not sure if I got to mention that earlier. Serpentine is a high vibrational stone. It works with the higher chakras. So that's funny that I have like these two green stones, right, working here. And if you have been a person that was wanting to get into like moldavite, let's just say, for example, and it was just a little bit too pricey for you, an alternative is serpentine. Serpentine is not a meteorite, and it's not a tech type per se, but it has high vibrational frequency. Yes, raw serpentine hits different. Just saying. It's a fucking, I love it. I really do like working with serpentine, and it's very high vibrational, and it can bring you that connection. Like if you were working with like a moldavite, depending on who you are, maybe not as intense, but it's a good one. It's a real good one. All right. Fire. See, I started this and I wanna. All right, so let's get into it. For this full moon in Aquarius, I believe it's at like 2:37 or something like that. I would check your Eastern Standard Time. I would check your local time if you're really a person who likes to work with the exact time of the moon. Now, this moon is very interesting. There's a lot going on in the stars, so I'm not going to get too much into the astrology. But what I want to say is, you know, a lot of the times we work with full moons to release. But this moon has a lot of freshness to it, a lot of newness to it. And it's funny how it's, you know, on the first of the month as well. It's a new month, right? And so August is definitely a month in which a lot of shifting happens because we're getting closer to the autumn equinox. We're still like we're in summer, right? We're in summer's peak. With Leo's energy is like the peak of summer. So we're in the peak of the sun, all these solar flares going on, everything like that, all these activations. And Aquarius you know, they're very much about the collective, while you know, Leo could be a little bit more self-centered, right? And this is not good or bad. This, it just is what it is. So right now, this is like us meeting ourselves in the middle and saying, you know, we do have the lunar nodes shifted into Aries. Aries is another one that is about initiating freshness, newness, new journeys. And Libra's in the South Node, and Libra's about like partnerships and relationships and contracts, soul contracts, right? And so a lot of this is going to show you the revelations of what energies you can move forward with for new endeavors in your life, and letting go. So if there's things that's revealing itself to you, is for you to move accordingly where it is that, what is it that you want. Focus on what you want rather than what you don't want. And this will allow for you to see the signs and symbols that's showing itself to you, that's gonna work with you. And this is also to say that if you are experiencing some challenges, sometimes in the level up, and you hear me say this a lot, sometimes in the level up, there's going to be certain challenge to see if you really want what it is that you want. High vibrational going into Lioness portal. All right, so fire signs. So I do a collective fire signs. I'm just going to pull a couple of cards and then I'll get into each sign individually. So fire signs. Ooh. Yeah, let's start. Fire signs. Ooh. Yeah. Fire signs, I feel y'all very charged up, very, like, my zzz is not just the coffee, y'all. It's not just the coffee. I feel y'all very charged up. I feel like there's a lot of projects and a lot of things that are revealing itself to you for the sake of self-love. Also, you know, I would say look at different aspects in your chart, your rising sign. These things might be more connected to your personal journey. Fire signs could also be father energy, so there could be things going on with the father. I do feel astrologically there's a lot of things going on with the feminine, with the mother. So let's see here. 2 more cards for the fire signs. Thank you. Oh, yep. Oh, yes. Listen. I said I felt very much like this was like initiating new beginnings, right? So in the bottom of the deck, we have Fortitude, which is the strength card, right? So that's in the bottom of the deck. That is connected with Leo. But the first card that came out is the Ace of Cups here. And this is definitely going to be a time where you are going to allow yourself to receive, or the advice is to allow yourself to receive. This is receiving abundance, receiving that self-care. You're going to take time for the self. I'm a Capricorn as well, so I'm going into fire signs, but self-love, self-care, allow yourself to be poured into in the same ways that you pour into people, places, situation, projects, right? The Ace of Wands, so strong, fertile, prosperous. You can be working on a project. You can be, with this, I see this as mother-father energy coming together, freshness, the seeds of life that you have planted. If there were certain goals that you were looking to initiate, if you haven't already initiated, this is a perfect time for you to really at least take certain steps as to how you could initiate these, the steps that you need to take for your goals. One step at a time. Also, don't rush the process. This could be that there's going to be a lot of intuitive messages as well. A lot of creativity, a lot of sacral. This could be like sexual healing. This can be just coming together and like perhaps, you and the partnerships that you are involved in is bringing things to a new level, to a fresh level. So it's not necessarily that things are you're having to put an end to things, but it's more so you're focused on the beginning of things, right? You're focused on, how do you water your seeds? How do you nurture that? And the third card that came out was the Fool card. This is the card of Aries. Is also Uranus energy, right? And so Uranus is the ruler of, it's the second ruler, the co-ruler of Aquarius. So we definitely have here for the fire signs, y'all are coming into this portal and y'all gonna experience a lot of freshness, a lot of opportunities that's going to present themselves. But perhaps there's things around you, maybe in your family situations, or let me see here. Yeah, I do feel like maybe you're walking away from old situations that's not serving you anymore. Perhaps there's things with the family that is causing a little bit of like conflict or fear. And so that's why fortitude is in the bottom of the deck, for you to stand strong, for you to be in a space of like not getting distracted with things that are coming to like fuck up your peace, in a sense, right? I almost feel like like when I said that, I almost feel like I heard someone say like they can't fuck up my peace, right? And I like that. Don't let nobody fuck up your peace. They can't. Nobody can do things without your permission or your authority, right? And so these are the three main cards that's coming in. Definitely, I would say, if you're trust in your intuition, if your intuitive sparks is giving you messages in regards to a project or a person, whatever it is, your intuitive hits are very amplified at this time. There's also a lot of childlike energy going on here. So this could be maybe you doing some deep shadow work or energy work with your, it doesn't have to be shadow work, it could just be energy work with your inner child. Perhaps, there was a part of your inner child that wanted to do something and you kind of been ignoring it and you haven't brought it back. You're going to find yourself like getting flashbacks of that energy, and that energy is going to help you to move forward. Right? It's going to help you remember the child within, bring some more joy, some more excitement into your life without shame or fear. All right. And so let's get into it. I'm going to start with Leo here. So how is this collective energy going to impact Leo with this full moon in Aquarius here, Leo? And I'm starting with Leo because we are in Leo season. All right. Two more cards. Thank you. Leo, you could be dealing with a female, or you could be a female yourself that perhaps, there's a need to kind of, it's almost like the reciprocation of love, and that energy is needing to be worked on. So I got the Queen of Wands. This could be you and your energy, or this could be the female in her energy. However, what I'm sensing with this is a potent energy, strong, fertile energy, strong, powerful, confident, sexy, attractive, all of that type of vibe, right? Someone really sitting in the seat of their throne. And what I'm seeing from that is, perhaps there was things in the past, or like maybe new people showing themselves of situations from the past that you're going to be walking away from. This could be that, maybe there's some abandonment issues that was going on here. What I'm getting strongly for a lot of you, I kind of feel like this is a twofold energy, so bear with me. One of the things that I'm sensing with this energy is your thought processes are shifting, right? And so you could have came into some information or some awareness, inner knowing, right? That shifts you in a space where you're no longer resonating with an old version of yourself, and you're going to find yourself like withering that away. This could also be that perhaps you came to realize that there were maybe some wounds between you and your mother that maybe made you feel neglected or abandoned or something like that, unheard, unloved. With the Ace of Cups came out in reverse here. This was the fourth card, right? I asked for 3 before it came out. And so what I would say is, because we have the Ace of Cups here, you know, that's a confirmation. With the Leos, you know, the Ace of Cups came out in the Fire Collective. It came up, but with Leo, it came out in reverse. This is time for you to allow yourself to pour into what nurtures you, and allow what nurtures you to nourish you as well. Let it pour into you. Allow yourself to be in spaces where, I would say, maybe if you're feeling super hot-headed, work with the elements of water and feel the sensations of that, and allow your intellect to be what balances out the emotional intelligence in that space here. You know, this could be a separation for some of you. And again, it kind of does feel like this could be, you know, a family type of situation. In order for you to stand in your power, in order for you to find, I feel like if you are looking for stability, there's people in your life that's gonna be walking with you into the space of your stability, and there's people in your life that isn't. I'm also hearing like letting go of like codependency for some of you. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't know any Leo that's really codependent, right? But what I see is perhaps, you know, there's, again, I keep wanting to say mother, so I'm sorry. If you're dealing with like a mother stuff, this could be some Chiron stuff that you're working through, where perhaps, you know, the ways, the perceptions, the ways that you perceived your mom may have been like codependent, or may have been in a different way that you view life, right? I feel like you're going to find yourself reminiscing on certain things, and there's on certain experiences that happened in the past. Greetings. And as you are reminiscing on this, it's almost like your emotions are not in it, and so you're perceiving it one way. But once you allow yourself to feel what that was like, the remembrance of that feeling is going to kind of give you another perspective of what she may have been going through. And perhaps, you know, I feel like there's a little bit of live, let live, forgive, and not feel guilty. I don't feel like there's any guilt here or anyone feeling guilty, but what I do feel, is, as you are working on yourself, as you are focusing on yourself, your mom starts to see another perspective as well. As you are taking care of yourself, you know how sometimes when we do, not sometimes, every time, when we do the inner work on ourselves, it creates a ripple in our family dynamic, right? Sometimes how that ripple happens, it may not be, we may see parts of them that we're just like, yo, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to see that, you know. That's okay. You got to let them go through their process. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing you focusing on, this could be like just focusing maybe too much on projects or money and stuff like that. When there are certain hidden lessons here that's going to help you move forward. Let me get a little bit more clarity, and then I'm going to pull a Ganesh card here for advice. Let me get a little bit more clarity for the Leos here. What are they walking away from? What are they walking away from? I guess I am going deeper into the signs than I thought. What are they walking away from? There we go. Yes. All right. You're walking away from confusion so that you could actually balance out all your opportunities. I feel like there's a lot of opportunities and wishes being fulfilled here, but you are needing to There could have been a Virgo that was involved in like that past family stuff dynamic going on as well. Or you could have like strong Virgo placements. Doesn't have to be. But what I see is you're walking away from the old perceptions of your reflections, the way, you're walking away from those things to allow the healing to occur so that you can really get your wishes fulfilled. I see a lot of opportunities. And you just kind of mapping out your priorities in regards to these opportunities. I also see like a need to put a lantern to the people in your life. Perhaps it's been a little bit too self-centered, which is a beautiful thing because you focus on what it is that you want. You're focusing on your peace. You're focusing on what is necessary for you in your individual life. But you don't want to get so closed off from people that you're not allowing the balance. It kind of feels like a little bit of an imbalance when it comes down to like the emotional side of your being, and that is just, there's a little light. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, right? So there's like an emotion or something inside of you that wants to shine, and it's slowly but surely coming up to the surface for you to see it in your daily reflection, in your daily life. So that's what I have for you, Leos. This could be, it doesn't have to be a mother. It can be a girlfriend. It can be, just any type of female energy. This could be even your own divine female energy that perhaps you've been too much in your masculine, and your feminine energies is wanting more attention and is saying, hey, like, let's go a little bit within. You don't have to go so fast. You don't have to move so fast. But also knowing that you have the wisdom. It's almost like a clear cognizance energy where you have the knowing. So I mentioned like intuitive messages coming through. Also knowing that you have the clear cognizant. You have clear knowing, right? But sometimes in order for you to take that, like, what good is it knowing about something when you're not taking the initiative to move in that direction? I see that in order for the waters to move, you got to connect with your water elements. You have to connect with your emotions, right? Knowing is not enough right now. What you need to do, or I'm not telling people what they need to do, but what is coming up here, yes, I'll pull the Ganesha card. I forgot about that. Thank you. What needs to be done, I keep saying that. I guess it is. Listen, you know what you need and what you don't. I don't. Yeah. Anyways, feel it. You got to feel it to heal it. Get into your emotional body to balance out the logics. Yes. Sacral. I mentioned sexual healing. I mentioned memories and reminiscence. So the subconscious mind is feminine. It also has all of our memories, right, that our soul has experienced, right? It's in our subconscious mind. That's also deeply connected with the sacral, the waters, the womb, going back to mother energy, going back to your divine creative energy. So maybe you're just going back to certain projects that really bring out your emotions out, and you start purging it. And this is going to allow for breakthroughs to occur. This is not just go into your emotions and be caught up in your emotions and, and being consumed by them. No, this is for a breakthrough to occur, to bring more clarity. So one thing I would say, if for those of you that may or may not know, I am doing a private workshop tonight in regards to like orgasms. If that's something that you would like to learn a little bit more information, you can just DM me the word orgasms and I will send you the private link. It's tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But going back to the message, we have the master number 22. The master number 22 is about the master builder. It's building that foundation intuitively and clear clear cognitively, right? Because you know they got to the place where they've already received revelations in certain spaces, but having to create with that, right? This is also just fertility. So perhaps, you know, maybe somebody have been dealing with I mentioned like neglection, or, you know, maybe somebody felt like their mother never wanted them. Their mother, maybe there was some, or maybe there was an ex that you had that, you know, and trigger warnings, I'm sorry, I'm seeing what's coming through, but perhaps there was like an ex or a girlfriend who maybe had an abortion for a child that you may have wanted but they didn't want, and you kind of felt like you didn't really have a choice in the matter, and you kind of ignored those energies for a while, and then that starts to come up because it needs some healing. Or perhaps you want children and you haven't been focusing on whatever it is. You're gonna know what's your story. Sacral, okay, with harmony. These energies, what's in your body of water that you have been ignoring in your emotions, is what is going to help bring you clarity and a breakthrough for you to move forward here, okay? This is going to bring harmony. This is going to bring joy. It's going to bring laughter. So really, it's going to bring what's the prosperity and the abundance that's in your root space and your root chakra, in your Muladhara, with the safety that you have. You can tell your womb, your spiritual womb, if you're a man, you know, you can tell your womb space, it's safe for me to feel. It's safe for me to feel. Okay, tap into those feelings here. Your goals are going to be accomplished. We have achievement with the number 42 here. This is like bringing harmony of, you know, your masculine and feminine sides to achieve your goals. I'm probably going to read this just a little bit, but like I said, with harmony, achievement, and then the third card that came out is beginnings. Beginnings. I feel like if you have been contemplating between two options, really allow yourself to go deep within and make a decision, because once you make a decision, that is going to help you really achieve your goals. So achievement says you are surrounded by abundance and prosperity, luxury and quality, prestige and sophistication, value and elegance. And I know I heard that right, because Leos love that shit, right? I feel like if you made it this far, it's definitely important for you to pay attention to what Leo's message is, because we do also have like Venus in Leo in retrograde, and certain other planets. So we also mentioned Virgo. Mercury is officially today, if I'm not mistaken, getting into the pre-shadow phase, getting ready for Mercury retrograde, and Mercury is in Virgo. So definitely taking your time to go within and reevaluate what it is that you want. Go into those spaces to bring elegance, bring success. Know that you are successful. Ganesha wishes you to realize that by actively developing your spirituality and consciously working with the divine, you will experience positive flow on effects in all areas of your existence. Yeah. Remember, y'all, discernment and balance. Yes, yeah, definitely discernment and balance. Definitely. Remember, it doesn't matter how spiritually attuned you are and aware, if you start shutting out your emotions to be more logical, that's going to create an imbalance. If you start shutting out your logics to be more emotional, that's going to create an imbalance. This is a time period to be in balance with yourself. That being said, let me take a sip of coffee, and I am going to go into Aries, because Aries is a strong one right now. How are y'all feeling? How are y'all doing? I'm doing things a little different today, but it's so good. So I'm feeling guided to put the cards back in the deck, just because there might be some of the same cards that might want to come out. So calling in the Aries collective. Aries, why y'all always trying to be? Aries be like firecrackers for real. I heard, no we not. Oh, I see y'all Aries like really dressing up, feeling yourselves. That's what I'm hearing. Feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling my Aries. That's good. Definitely in a space where I feel like there was a lot of confusions that was happening, and with Neptune in retrograde, it kind of brought you into a sober mind, into some clarity here, some deep awareness. And I feel like this energy of this full moon is just really going to amplify the clarity. That's the word. The clarity and the clearance. And you're moving forward here. So tell us more. How is this energy with the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Fool, and Fortitude here for Aries? Oh, yes. I knew y'all were feeling yourselves. Now they're just jumping out the deck. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles. This could have been in regards to your finances. Perhaps, you know, you were worried in the past about like some finances and feeling like stuck and feeling dissatisfied. But you coming into a space of like, you know, maybe you just, some of that clarity is, well, let me save some money, you know, on this side so that I don't have to feel like, you know, I don't have money for a rainy day. Or perhaps it's just leaving the scarcity mindset of feeling like you constantly have to survive, and you come into a space of looking at abundance and prosperity differently. Yeah, there's a lot of pentacles here. So you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles with the Empress in the bottom of the deck. I'm looking at this. If you were feeling like you were going through a hard time, Aries, I do feel like it's gonna take kind of some work, some groundedness, but I do see success and abundance and prosperity coming into the forefront. I would definitely say make sure you're doing your grounding work. If your root chakra has been feeling unsafe, it's been feeling like it's not fortunate, it's not abundant, go back to ask yourself, what is abundance to me? What does abundance mean? What does it look like? What does it feel like? And really focus on the feeling of abundance. Really focus on maybe the times that you felt you're most fortunate. And look at where your passions are. Yeah, I'm going to pull that out. I feel like I should get one more card. Aries. I feel like this is, you know, maybe you could be a single mother and you was worried about like maybe child support or something like that. I feel like the money's going to come in. Whatever, you're balancing your life. I also feel this, you can be like, you know, maybe working a 9 to 5 while also working on some of your like, you know, spiritual endeavors or family home situations. I feel like you really got to a space of balancing out what needs to be balanced. Hello, greetings. Yeah, and we listen, in the collective we had the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands here coming out. You are in your fertile, in your celebrations. If you were thinking of writing a book, I highly recommend that you write a book that's going to help with multiple streams of income. This could also be that you're just receiving multiple ideas as to how to receive more income. But they're also saying like it's not just the money. Like it's not just about money, but money is something that it's probably going better than you anticipated. And if you have been waiting for some abundance to come in, Spirit is saying keep being active and flowing and moving, and you're going to see how the abundance is going to come in even greater than you expected. even greater than you expected. So maybe you was in a space where you felt like you had to save money and you wasn't really counting how much money you had, and you go and you look at it now, you're like, damn, I saved that much money. It could even be that you were saving money not necessarily by consciously putting the money in, like, you know, your savings account or a pig bank or whatever, but more so like perhaps you used to eat out a lot and you decided to cut that off and start cooking more at home, or doing meal prepping, you know, that type of thing. And you found that you saved yourself like hundreds of dollars within a month, right? Sometimes we don't realize how much money we're like spending and doing, because it's going in and out, right? It's kind of what I'm seeing, like a revelations, a clearance, but this also brings a lot more joy. I see also, like, you know, I see you being more social. I see more opportunities coming in. I really feel like it's not so much of a selfish energy, although while you're connecting with your collective group of people, these opportunities are opportunities for you as an individual to advance, for you as an individual to evolve, right? Yes, everyone in there is going through their own rites of passage to evolve and to grow and stuff like that. But these opportunities is almost just like everything is working out in your favor. Everything is, you know, bringing you into a space that you can't go wrong. This is your winning season, Aries. So I'm hearing all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind. I ain't never giving up, right? Step up in the building. Up. Oh, yeah. Put your hands up. And it stays there. I'm singing it wrong, but you know what I'm saying. That song. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. That's how I feel you, Aries. I feel you super charged up, super energetic. Yeah, really like, pew, pew, pew. I'm going about my business. I'm doing it. I'm winning. I'm looking good while I'm doing it. Ain't no reason for me to be in scarcity no more. I'm safe in my abundance. In fact, I'm open to receiving the lavish abundance of the universe even more. Yeah, I created space, right, for the opportunities to come in, and I see the opportunities and I'm moving in it, and it's really making you shine. This is your time to shine. This is your time to shine. And it's going to be, I'm hearing, inspiration for others, right? So you are initiating, and the North Node is in Aries also. So y'all really are initiating, you know, that light forward for the collective, for this newness. And, you know, maybe y'all were hesitant about taking certain risks. If it's an investment for yourself and your foundation, I'm going to say go for it. So what is your Ganesha card here? I'm going to say go for it, because this feels really fucking good. Really fucking good. All right, that was quick, fast. Energetic movements. All right, here with the number 5. It's funny because I also was seeing the number 5 and 33. Perhaps those are numbers that are strong and meaningful to you. You know, 5 is changes, travel, freedom, power. You know, it's abundance. 33, you know, the 33 vertebrae, you could be going through maybe your, you know, some return in your chart, maybe a Venus return, or, you know, Jupiter, whatever. You could be 33 years old, whatever it may be. Energetic movement here. So I definitely feel like things are moving in your favor. You know, you can be dancing more. If you're feeling stuck, maybe doing more dancing or moving your body, working out, just to kind of make, you know, physical movement. If you've been getting a lot of ideas and don't know how to go about it, it's one step at a time, but initiating a step forward. Absolutely. So that's for Aries. We're going to get into Sagittarius now. I definitely see y'all very victorious, man. Very victorious. So shout out to the Aries. I love it. I love it. I love it. Whew! Yeah, hyper asses right now. My sister's also an Aries stellium. So sis, if you're watching this still, if you're still here, There's a lot of energetic movement in your favor. Yes, it's gonna, balancing it out with self, but this is definitely to bring opportunities for in the forefront. And that was a general collective message for all Aries, not just like my sister that I'm mentioning. But yeah, let's get into it. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, there's some messages that I'm hearing like word is bond, word on the street. Like, hold on one second. Perhaps you've been overthinking about some opportunities or tangible things, shifts that you're needing to make. Sagittarius. What messages do you have? Yeah, Sagittarius, there's a little bit need for a little bit more balance in your life as well. It's almost like you're being called to make a decision that you haven't quite felt ready to make this decision. You're getting all the signs, the symbols. You're just really like in a space of reminiscing a lot right now. You're feeling dissatisfied, but at the same time, you know what it is that you want to do to bring that satisfaction into your life. I feel like this is something like maybe, somebody's ready for like marriage, or they're ready to like build a family and they're thinking about a counterpart or something like that. Yeah, some messages like somebody is really trying to reach out, or either you're trying to reach out to somebody or somebody's trying to reach out to you. But I feel like there was a lot of healing of the heart here. And a strong, dang, these cards are flying out. I would say this. There could have been high expectations that you had towards another individual, and there were certain ways that you acted on those expectations, perhaps due to the way that you grew up with maybe like your father, things that you've seen with the masculine energies around you or something like that, that was causing a little bit of conflict in your connections and your relationships with other people, because that area of your life needed a little bit more healing and needed a little bit more work. And as you started really like the last few weeks, you really started going in and started gaining revelations as to like, yo, wait a minute, I haven't been, like I maybe was being a little bit too dominating or something like that, and being a little bit too harsh, like maybe like feeling like a know-it-all in a way. It's weird because I don't necessarily feel like Sagittarius energies be like know-it-alls per se. They like to study and stuff, but it's almost like an energy of either you was dealing with a know-it-all or you have been a know-it-all, and or maybe your father energy was like a know-it-all, and it kind of was hindering you from being open to like learning from new people, like learning new experiences from new people, like broadening your perspectives, which is so weird because y'all like to learn. Y'all are the philosophers and stuff like that. So maybe you were just feeling like heavy in that space. I see you releasing that. I see you getting into a space where you're now allowing yourself to learn the lesson and actually bring more excitement into the space, and also like learning, like taking your own advice or like learning from new experiences and sharing what it is that you're learning with others. Letting go of expectations but planting your seeds, definitely putting it forward here. With the healing of the heart, I definitely see heart chakra activations going on for you. This feels like higher chakras being super activated. So I mentioned earlier, serpentine and Kababa jasper. Perhaps those are some crystals that you can work with that's going to help you transmute some of like that shadowy energy, like some of the wounded. I'm kind of getting like wounded warrior energy. And now that I say it out loud, it's quite interesting because Chiron is a Saturn. That's where the wounded warrior got its name. It is a Sagittarius, right? A centaur. There you go, a centaur. The wounded warrior, they hieroglyphically will put it with the centaur. I'm going to say do your own research. This is just me intuitively getting these messages, but I do believe that it's connected to Sagittarius, and which is why it has been able to be the alchemist that it is. But it got wounded and it wasn't trying to heal itself as much as it was allowing itself to heal others, meaning it was alchemizing things around it externally. But when it came down to itself, it just didn't know how to, by trying to heal itself, right? By trying to heal yourself, you got all the alchemy, the tools necessary that could work for other people, but it just so happens that, damn, none of this shit is working for me, but it's working for other people and their healing. And that perhaps was really bothering you. And every time you tried something, it was like an expectation to help heal yourself. You're still going through that journey of finding what's working for you. But I also feel like Spirit has like put this like seed of light in revealing what works for you. What works for you. And I got goosebumps all over when I said that. And as it's working for you, this is where you found out, wait a minute. I've been hindering myself all along from here. It's this that I needed to focus on. I wasn't focused on this, and now I can focus on this. And this is what's going to allow for the lavish abundance of the universe and my connections with others to be more fun, more exciting, but also more stable, right? And also perhaps, I'm also hearing like maybe you're a medium, your mediumship abilities like really getting amplified, really toning itself up into a higher frequency. So higher chakra activations. If you're feeling tired, don't fight yourself. You're going to be balancing out between tired and activeness for sure. It's what I'm seeing here. Definitely like your first card was the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, new opportunities. The Knights of Pentacles. Your opportunities and your ships are sailing in. They're just coming in little by little, because what could happen is what I'm sensing is it's going to end up coming in a big, like large lump sum soon, but you needed to experience things in like little dosages at first so that you can know how to appreciate and work with what it is that you have, working with like the little dosages at first so that you can know how to handle the inheritance. So I do see an inheritance coming in. This can be physical inheritance, spiritual inheritance, whatever it is, it's an inheritance that's coming to you that's going to be fortunate for you. All right, let me get a Ganesha card for advice. You could be a bastard of 11. Doesn't have to be. Your intuition is strong. Embrace life as it comes. Embrace your situations. Nurture yourself. This could also be maybe, embracing some things with your inner child as well. Embrace the journey of the alchemist, of the wounded warrior. Embrace the lessons. Nurturance. Definitely, in the collective, there was the Ace of Cups here. Embrace being poured into. Embrace love frequency. Embrace the wisdom, right? Embrace knowledge. Embrace openness. Embrace newness, right? So this is also with embrace now. Yeah, because Ganesha made me bring it back, right? You see how there's the rat here? Embracing past, right? Your past. So perhaps there would like pet peeves that you were experiencing in other people, or just things that you don't like, you know, get out of your own way and learn the lesson in those things as well. And by embracing the lesson, you can move forward in life. It's not to say you have to constantly keep it close, but a lot of the times when you don't embrace your, you know, the ugly side of you, you won't see the beauty in that quote unquote ugly side of you, right? I do feel like this is about partnership also. So that is your message. I feel like music is going to help you move forward with that. If you like music, maybe express it through music. Where is, okay. Woo! Hey y'all. So this is what we're going to do. That was for the fire signs. I'm going to clear this energy here. I'm going to get back into, I am feeling super charged up. So I'm going to take a deep breath here. Exhaling first. I said I was going to go into air signs. That's super high also. Yeah, I'll still do air signs. Okay. If you've been feeling it and you're releasing the anxiety, tension, you could do some tapping. Breathing allows for you to ground into your body as well. All right. So we're going to go into the air signs. What time is it? Can somebody tell me the time? I might have to do this in parts because I do have, let me see here. Yeah. I am supposed to be going in a meeting now. So yeah, air signs. Air signs are Gemini, Aquarius. We're going to do Aquarius first, Gemini, Libra. That's why the breathing. Okay. Breathing. Air signs, you might have to take some deep breaths to get grounded into your body. Thank you. Yes, it's 10:11 here. Air signs, air sign collective. Wow, that's a lot of cards. Air signs collective. Air signs, I kind of feel like y'all also like, you know, going through a space of like trying to figure out how to pick and choose your battles with certain situations. There's a lot of energies. We have the Ace of Swords. Yes, air signs. Yes, a lot of truth, a lot of revelations, a lot of like cutting cords where you need to cut cords. I also feel like crown chakra activations, which is probably why Spirit is saying, like, take time to breathe, because, you know, you could be going through a DNA upgrade, a cellular upgrade. We have the Two of Wands here. Yeah, you know, you could have been feeling like you're going through certain situations that, you know, you're really having to Be firm with yourself, like stand 10 toes on the ground. Get grounded, because it could be feeling like certain situations or people around you are trying to like dominate over your life, over your experience, and you're like, hold on. And Spirit is doing this so that you can see where your thought patterns have been. What have you been entertaining? What have you been allowing yourself? Yeah, the 5 of Wands in reverse. Letting go of that fight. Letting go, you know, it could have been that you just been in a space where you're just being yourself, and maybe people are misunderstanding that, taking it a little bit competitive, like competition or something like that. Justice. All right. So in the bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Swords. Let go of your fears. Let go of your fears here. I feel like you are experiencing things because there was a need for balance. It was a need for you to cut cords with some of your thought processes, knowing that you have the power of the tongue. Okay, air signs. You are a strong manifestator is what I'm hearing. You're a strong manifestator, and perhaps you was giving attention or speaking about things that you didn't really want to manifest, but you kept focusing on, I don't want. You kept focusing on like the negative, and those things start to manifest itself with the 5 of Wands in reverse. And you're like, yo, what the fuck? It almost feels like you're being dominated from, or you're having to fight like this battle for some reason. And Spirit is like, no, you don't really have to fight this battle. Justice is on your side, but you have to balance your thought processes. You know, for every you know, energy, there is an equal and an opposite. And so if you find yourself, you know, spiraling down into anxiety, depression, spiraling down into, you know, the I don't wants, know that the equal and opposite is what it is that you want. It's the positive energy of how you want, you know, the solutions, the manifestations of the fruitfulness in that. It's the justice, you know, with the 8 of Swords. You know, that's letting go. You know, this could be rooted in your fears. So you can be dealing with subconscious fears that's needing to just be loved on and be nurtured on. You know, and just again, cord cuttings. With the Ace of Swords, you're gonna receive a lot of insight. I'm getting like this could be, you can be clairvoyant. So you have the sight of seeing through. This is why you probably been frustrated, right? You can see things for what it is, but your perception of it, you know, your ajna, your inner eye, your first eye, your third eye can be open. But perhaps, you know, in the past, there has been so many situations that had occurred that was kind of fogging your vision a little bit. And this is clearing that chakra. So you might feel a lot of like crown chakra activity, maybe getting headaches, or if I'm feeling sinuses or whatever, this is because that area is trying to clear itself for you so that you can see past the fears, so that you can see how powerful your psychic abilities are, not in a way of to overpower, or over dominate a situation, but to see the situation for what it is and know how to cut whatever cords need to be cut off, banish away what needs to be banished, clearing out, to be in balance and center with truth. Right? And that's when justice, my eye energy, is going to bring your heart light as a feather. There could have been, when I was breathing, I was like, yeah, maybe there's some like anxiety. So EFT, I believe, like emotional energetic frequency tapping. I don't know. It's called EFT. I will, you know, I would say do some research on that. If you know about it, maybe practicing that to clear out some of the energies that might be a little foggy. It might feel, and it's not foggy in a way of it is confusion, but it's more like it's distorting the accuracy of what it is that you are receiving. because it's time to let shit go. It's time to clear that out. And I also feel like your warriors or your protectors are helping you say, like, you are not fighting this battle alone. So knowing that you are not alone, they're bringing you messages too. As this clearing is happening, you're getting a lot of messages, and these messages can be by way of your thoughts. And so with breathing and grounding into your body as well, and releasing, cutting the cords of, you know, illusions and whatnot, you're also releasing like intrusive thoughts, right? To be more centered in that. All right. So that's the collective for the air. We're going to get into Aquarius. Aquarius specifically. Aquarius, this full moon is in Aquarius. They're also saying, because we're in a major portal right now, you want to focus on what it is that you want. So the first card that came out was the Strength card. Again, Leo energy. So it's funny with the fire, it came out right in the bottom of the deck. It doesn't surprise me. We are in Leo season, and we are in a Stargate portal with beautiful lioness, Lyran energy as well. And so there could be a lot of certain maybe chanting. You might be working with mala beads or doing some chanting to connect with certain healing modalities that is connected to the healers of I don't know why I wanted to say Sirius, but perhaps you know that's another energy as well. But like Lyran energy, maybe this is, you know, part of your celestial star council as well. You can also be a strong channeler. Yeah, or perhaps, you know, there could be a new spirit guide that's trying to teach you strength and let you know that they're a warrior spirit that's working with you and you're not alone, and they're helping you gain the clarity that you need to cut the cords that you need so that you can move forward with clarity and fortification, right? Mental fortitude here. Mental fortitude, new thought processes, letting go the intrusive thoughts. We have the Two of Cups in reverse here. So there could have been, like, you know, certain partnerships or connections that was just creating. Remember, I mentioned imbalance and you fighting against certain thoughts. And Justice is here to bring things up in balance. With the Seven of Pentacles, just things weren't working out. And in the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Wands here, right? You have a higher vision than the quote unquote attacks or the thought processes, the intrusive thoughts, you know, the situations that's occurring around you that is feeling like it's making you having to fight a fight and be defensive, right? You actually are above that, which is why you're able to cut the cords. You're able to, you have that clairvoyance. You have it's clairvoyance and claircognizance is different, but you're getting the knowing through your clairvoyance. Okay? One more card. Oh, two more cards ended up flying out, so I'll take it. You feel hard. It feels hard for you to walk away from certain situations. And this, you know, it's causing like an internal battle with yourself that doesn't need to exist here. But you know what decisions you have to make with the Two of Swords here. The Two of Swords is the minor to the Justice card, and the Justice card came out here. So a Libra could be involved. There could be also maybe by Libra season, so like around September, October perhaps is when you decide to make this decision. This could also be that, you know, a past love or a past situation is coming to the forefront and you've already made this decision. This can be a divorce. This can be something that just, you know, you gain the clarity to the situation, and perhaps that situation that you divorced from, that you broke away from, that you cleared out from, is showing itself in a new light, is showing itself in a new way. And You're trying to figure out, how do I clear this out? The answers, you have the answers. You have the answers. You just haven't acted on the answers yet. And so you've been keeping the energy alive by way of entertaining the nuances, is the word that they're giving me, right? You're entertaining the nuances of that experience. So it's causing these intrusive thoughts to occur. Let that shit go. Let that shit go. What advice Ganesha has here? I flew right out with that too. Surrender. Surrender. Release. Surrender. Surrender. Aquarius, surrender. Surrender. Sometimes the best thing you can just do is let go, surrender, and let shit fall the way that it needs to fall. I mentioned dominance, right? This could also be, maybe there was control issues, right? Your ego coming into play and playing a big part, and your higher self, like, this is your ego, and your higher self is like, yo, we know what the fuck is up. Surrender your ego, surrender those intrusive thoughts, surrender, you know, that all that shit that's not serving you, and allow yourself to trust in your highest divinity and your highest self. Like, move beyond the lower chakras, move up. You know what's up. You are of a higher frequency, but you're going to need to surrender. Surrender this situation to your highest self. All right? That is the advice. Surrender the situation to your highest self. Cord cut. Focus on the solutions rather than the problem. Stop comparison. That it wasn't competition, it was comparison. Perhaps you're comparing yourself, or you're comparing people or whatever. Stop the comparison. Surrender to the truth for what it is, not what you want it to be. All right, yeah, that is the message for Aquarius. So because this is Aquarius full moon, I would definitely recommend that everybody also pay attention to what was said for Aquarius. Letting go of your burdens. I'm going to go into Libra next because the South Node is in Libra. And we are talking about the full moon. And then I'll do Gemini. For Aquarius, if you're still in here, if you're wanting to work with a crystal, I'm getting two. So either blue kyanite and or black kyanite. Those two to keep your energy in high spirits, to keep yourself lifted, to also help with the clearing and the removal and building the bridge to the timeline in which you want to be on, which is your highest timeline. Okay, so what did I say? Libras. Libras, I feel you super telepathic right now. I also see you like doing a lot of paperwork. A lot of messages, there's a need for conversation. For a conversation to be had. Libras. What is this collective message for the Libras? So a card fell out. I didn't get to see it yet. It's reversed. In the bottom of the deck, we have the Death card. The Death card. I thought she was holding a sword here for a moment. We have the Death card. All right. You could definitely be going through a period of transformation that is requiring you to, it's almost like you went through the phase of being the Scorpion, right? You went through the phase of, you know, the eagle. This is very like Scorpio and Pluto energy as well. So I would check your Pluto placement going on here with what, you know, is trying to be put to rest. But there was a lot of revelations to what needs to be put to rest and what is coming to an end. There's a lot of endings that's happening for your balance here. I see you, if you are not feeling the energy now, between now and a few weeks, you are going to come up like the phoenix rising, okay? There was a lot of ships you were waiting to come in. There was a lot, but you kept looking behind you. You kept holding on to the past. You kept holding on to the past. We also have Libra in the South Node, right? So rather than you looking forward and allowing yourself to know that your ships were sailing in, you knew your ships were sailing in, but you was holding on to things in your past. And so it's time for you to really go into your feminine energy. Be still for a moment. Be still. Listen, you are a high priestess energy. Okay, I feel like this is your energy specifically, Libra. All right, go into your high priestess energy. Know that there, again, I mentioned it earlier, equal and opposite, right? Equal and opposite. You know, I mentioned paperwork, so possibly you're studying a lot as well. But this is also about like past situations. This could be about family. This could be about a masculine. This can be pertaining to like, oh, maybe you have a boss that's a male, or this can be, you know, an ex-lover who is very dominating, maybe a little bit abusive or something like that. Just very forceful energies that really had you in a space to where you felt like you had to let go of that situation and really get back in tune with your spirituality, because the logical side of it wasn't making sense anymore. It wasn't making sense anymore because it wasn't serving you anymore. They're saying you have the elements to your disposal to like work with the elements, the elementals. I mentioned telepathy and paperwork. There could be messages, maybe an email, either letting go of a job or getting fired from a job or something like that. I'm sorry if that's the case. I'm just a messenger here. But also like letting go of people pleasing, standing your grounds. Something has ran its course and is done. It's done. It's time for you to let it go. It's time for you to let it go. Put it to rest. Put it to rest. It's not of your concern. I feel spirit guides around you that are very nurturing, very gentle, soft. Perhaps, you know, it came with a bit of trauma, but the energy, there's a form of communication there is communication that is happening telepathically to you, and you haven't been still to hear it clearly, or you think you're not hearing it and you are. What advice, Ganesha? What's going on here? Let me, before I go to the Ganesha deck, what is this intuitive message going on here? Yeah, they want you to love yourself. Oh. We have the Four of Swords here. There could be some things pertaining to health, okay? There can be, that's going to require for you to focus on. You have a strong mind, so letting go on a cellular level what is not serving you. Hello, pieces. Letting go what is not serving you on a cellular level, not just mentally. This is also energetically in your body, in your cells, okay? Rest, rest, rest. There's definitely a strong transformation that is happening at this time. This was because of fears. With the Devil card here, this was because a lot of fears was in the way. Fears of maybe your household, of your marriage, of, you know, your growing up situation, your home situation, just holding on to, you know, there was a lot of conflict possibly either in the marriage or in the home or in your stability, and this is affecting you on a cellular level in your body, and there's a strong need for you to put things to rest. And with the Three of Pentacles, you know, staying hopeful, staying, you know, rather than looking at the past, being hopeful and, you know, speaking to the cells in your body, maybe getting some energy clearing work, right, with the Ace of Swords here, you know, and justice, and also just allowing yourself maybe you were really judgmental, so letting go of criticism and judgments. It's time. I'm hearing it's time now. It's time. It's time. So what is Ganesha's advice for the Libras here? Libra collective. Libra collective. You may be, you know, feeling it like you're in a space of perseverance, needing to preserve your energy. You know, you've been feeling like you're just constantly like battling and fighting and fighting and fighting, and you haven't found a space of where you felt like you belong, right? Spirit is moving you to higher frequencies where you belong. All right. So I mentioned Phoenix rising. This is definitely an energetic transformation that's happening very strongly for the Libras. I'm also going to read the top of that right here. Learn to find security from within with belonging. All right. I'm going to read this real quick. Learn to find security from within. In this card, Ganesha uses the mouse as his vehicle, which signifies his triumph over the ego. In Hindu mythology, the mouse symbolizes the ego, for the ego can eat away all that is good and decent in a person. Belonging seeks to solve the predicament of the ego's own perceived separation. The ego can manifest inclinations that are either more positive or more negative in nature. There are many positive aspects to belonging. You develop your ability to love, connect, bond, share, and care for others. You see more clearly through the mirror of relationships. So it is important in belonging that you try not to seek approval through others. So no people pleasing. You're letting that shit go. Letting go of the people pleasing. This is a time to be in connection with Source as you experience a need to get out of seclusion by bonding with the people around you. It's funny because I felt like there was going to be a victory in that as well with the, I saw the mouse as like the Chariot card almost is what I saw in my head. So yeah. So that is for Libras. We're going to get into Geminis. We're going to clear that up. Geminis. Yes, I'm going to do that. Yeah, just gonna have to be a little bit more patient with me today as I give these messages. Geminis be so silly. Yeah, two-sided selves. The twins. Gemini. What is this collective energy for this full moon in Gemini? Geminis, y'all coming out, but y'all not listening to your intuition. So the first card that came out was the Lover's card. Definitely Gemini energy here. All right, seeing the maiden, the mother, the crone, the different generations of your being right now speaking through you as you are, you know, really having to go within, right? The High Priestess in reverse. You're not listening to your intuition, or you're a big part of you is wanting to step into your power, into your abilities, but you're, maybe, fighting with yourself with the Seven of Swords. I feel like this is like the ego checking itself for you, as opposed to you being in the space of your ego. You in tune it. It could be that you possibly received a message that you didn't want to receive. All right, with the Emperor in reverse, this could be a father energy. This could be a masculine energy. In the bottom of the deck, the moon, and the full moon is today as well. This is a lot of major arcanas here happening here for y'all Gemini. So y'all could be, and then behind that is also the Fool card. New beginnings here. There's a cycle of transformation happening here. Trust your intuition, trusting your healing. I feel like there's a lot of father wounds that's needed to be cleared at this time. It's kind of, I'm feeling like Chiron's energy and inner child energy needing to be put on the forefront here. That maybe you're keeping yourself distracted from really getting into, but at the same time you see it for what it is. You don't want to ignore it. Yeah, they're actually saying you're not ignoring your intuition. You are hearing your intuition. You just don't know what to do with that information yet. They're saying yet. Whatever it is, this news is bringing you back to reminiscing about your childhood, your siblings, your family, yourself, your children if you have children. This is just overall, this experience is there's a lot of healing and hope and positive energy that can come through this. Listen to your intuition, listen to your guidance, allow yourself to really heal within the masculine within yourself so that you can see the healing ripple effect with the masculine around you. It could have been that perhaps you've been more in your masculine rather than in your feminine, and your feminine is kind of like asking you to pay attention at this time. There's a lot of healing in the feminine. There's a lot of spiritual, everything is spiritual, right? Even the material, the physical, and whatnot. But it's more of this transformation is needed to happen so that there can be a spiritual upgrade or a spiritual revelation pertaining to like masculine energy in your life, both inside of you and externally. I see you not wanting to fight. I see you just like, you're like, I'm tired of the bullshit. Tired of the bullshit. Yeah, also got surrender. Capacity to love, it was 3 cards, and fulfillment. So with fulfillment here, I feel like, if you are a prayer warrior, keep praying. Your prayers are being heard. Also, what is it that you're trying to fulfill? What are your goals? Surrender, release, surrender, let go. Be at ease and trusting the universe and really tap into your heart space here. So I kind of feel like this is like a death resurrection kind of energy that's happening for spiritual revelation and spiritual transformation as well. Doesn't surprise me. I would say also, if you haven't already done like some auric healing, meditation, chakra balancing, maybe perhaps focusing on that as well, like more spiritual parts of your energetic body, to clear and work on that area is really what I'm getting. I'm really listening to your heart. There's a strong need to speak from the heart, listen to the heart, comprehend what the heart is saying. Your ability to love is being expanded right now, and it's one of those where it's a beautiful thing, but there's a sadness in it as well. I can feel sadness. I feel it. Like I almost want to cry. And if you feel like you need to cry, it's okay to cry. If you feel like, sometimes Geminis may not want to let people know when they might shut people out and deal with things on their own, rather than talking about it with other people, because they just, either they don't know the right words to say, or they feel like they don't have the right words, or they just feel like they aren't going to be heard. So a part of this is, yes, you're needing to do the inner work with yourself, and so that's going to require you to be with yourself, but there's also a need for you to I guess avoid like depression or something like that, to reach out to your peers, reach out to your loved ones, and express what's in your heart. So that's what I'm sensing for Geminis, y'all. This is gonna be a 2-part video. I have to